You can count on us.
Save more than half price on Purdue fresh chicken leg quarters, only 99 cents per pound. For a healthy salad, Bermuda-grown green leaf or romaine lettuce, just $2.99 each. For a quick meal, Grace corned beef, only $3.49 for a 12-ounce tin. Sargento sliced cheese, just $4.49 for a 6.67-ounce package. 4 rolls Scott white toilet tissue, only $7.79. Visit our website, www.marketplace.pm, for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Tuesday, March 21st, 2017. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. The responsibility for printing Bermuda passports may not be taken back by this country's government anytime soon. But Home Affairs Minister Patricia Gordon-Pamplin assures that action is being taken to address the problems which have arisen with a number of Bermudian passports being asked for visas for travel to the U.S. as a result of a change in the country code in their passport, with the document now being printed in the U.K. The minister explaining to Gary Moreno what steps are being taken in that regard.
What we are trying to do is to purchase our own license, which the UK will then be required to utilize when they produce the passports. We have not reached the stage of saying to them that you have to send us the biometrics, because our machinery does not allow processing under that new system. We would have to buy a whole new machine if that were the case. However, and at great expense. So if they are going to continue to process our passports, then if we have our own license, they'd be able to switch to our license as they are doing the processing, and hence our nomenclature would be included in our own biometric chip. That seems to be ideal. What we've done is to be in touch with a company who has in turn got contacts who actually did all of the passports for the European Union on an individual country-by-country basis. So it's not something that we're reinventing the wheel, but it's certainly something that we are investigating assiduously so that we can help to minimize the challenges that we're having with our Bermuda passports at foreign borders.
How long do you think before we see something come up, before we realize a solution in that regard?
We're looking into it. It's something that as soon as we were made aware of it, we jumped right on it. So it's difficult to say exactly when it'll all come to fruition, but be assured that we are working on it really, really hard.
In other news, striking employees with the Corporation of Hamilton were returning to work last night and this morning, but their grievance with employers appears far from over. Darlene Livingston has the latest.
The Bermuda Industrial Union calling on the Minister of Home Affairs to create a level playing field legislatively, a contention that is being tested in this current labor standoff. The union calling today an important day for industrial relations in Bermuda, as the country, it says, must decide whether reference of a dispute for resolution under the Labor Relations Act applies to both the employer and the trade union, and not only to trade unions. After city workers dealing with sanitation work walked off the job last week, the corporation secured an injunction threatening the workers, according to the BIU, with imprisonment and seizure of their assets. The union contends this allows the corporation to disregard the minister's order that the outstanding disputes be resolved by the Permanent Arbitration Tribunal. Striking workers demanding to know why the resolution procedure under current law can legally end the work stoppage, but is not the correct procedure to resolve disputes that workers have with their employer. There are 4 city employees at the center of the walkout. Of their disputes, 3 have been referred to arbitration, while the 4th individual has rejected settlement through a tribunal, through his lawyer contending that this matter has been fully dealt with under the existing collective bargaining agreement disciplinary and grievance procedure. The legal dispute is ongoing.
Local organizers of the 35th America's Cup are assuring the public that Bermuda will be able to cope with the massive demands expected to be placed on the island's telecoms infrastructure. Such a demand for fast and reliable internet during the event that organizers predict the amount of data Bermuda normally consumes in a year will be used during the 2 months of the tournament. Tarai Trott looks at what Bermuda has in store.
Have no fear, for the island's telecommunications infrastructure will be able to cope with the huge demand expected when the America's Cup gets underway on May 26. Fiona Beck is the chairperson of the ACBDA Telecoms Committee.
I'm pleased to say that I do believe that the telecoms will be ready for the event. We have made leaps and bounds since October 2015 when the World Cup Series happened, and so we've spent the last 18 months getting race ready, and there's been a number of things we've done to do that.
The island's telecoms companies are going all out, with plans including a new Wi-Fi network at the America's Cup Village and Dockyard, and additional international internet backbone, among others.
We've had internet being rolled out. One Communications has been rolling out network, as have Digicel. We are rolling out new Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is being rolled out into Dockyard, which when people are on the America's Cup Village, they'll be able to access it free. Because we know that social media is really important to how people interact in today, and particularly with events like this. So we want to make sure that people are ready. And we've got things like the submarine cables, where international capacity has been extensively increased.
Mrs. Back keen to point out that the telecoms infrastructure that is being put in place is not just for the America's Cup, but for Bermuda residents who will enjoy it long after the event concludes.
So it's not only about being ready for the race and making the race a success, it's about putting in place an infrastructure that Bermuda can be proud of and that will be a legacy for Bermuda. I mean, that's been one of our key goals, is to make sure that the infrastructure that's put in place, the cellular systems, the new LTE, the new 4G, is put in place, the temporary cell sites, so that people will have a much better experience.
But what about the reports this month that America's Cup challengers Land Rover Bar opted to use UK technology from British Telecom to monitor their yacht over concerns that Bermuda's infrastructure was not up to par?
A couple of things on that. First off, BT is a major sponsor for Land Rover Bar, so it makes sense that they're using a provider that is a major sponsor for them. If they're comparing the experience of October 2015 to the experience we will now have, it is going to be light years different.
Data security will be paramount during the America's Cup, where teams will want to ensure that none of the sensitive information transmitted from their yachts fall into the wrong hands, especially their competitors. Tarai Trott reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Stay with us. More news in tonight's AccuWeather forecast after the break.
You can count on us.
Seedless clementines, only $8.99 for a 3-pound bag. Certified Angus beef bottom round roast, just $4.99 per pound. Select varieties of Palmolive dish liquid, only $2.59 for a 10-ounce bottle. Select varieties of Arm & Hammer laundry detergent, just $8.99 for a 61.25-ounce bottle. For a healthy treat, La Yogurt, only $1.19 for a 6-ounce tub. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
The Department of Youth, Sport, and Recreation presents Passing the Torch, the 36th Annual Sports Awards Celebration. Under the distinguished patronage of the Honorable Premier, Michael H. Dunkley, JPMP. Find out who will become Athlete of the Year on Thursday, March 30th at the Fairmount Southampton Resorts Amphitheater, starting at 7 p.m. Tickets are $15 and available at the Department of Youth, Sports, and Recreation, located on the 3rd floor of Craig Appen House, number 8 Wesley Street, Hamilton. Guest appearance and performance by Dem Buys and much more. Passing the Torch, the 36th Annual Sports Awards Celebration. For more information, call 295-0855.
Welcome back. Well, around 12:15 p.m. today, police and first responders were dispatched to a reported two-vehicle collision in the Scour Hill Sands Parish area, apparently involving a motorcycle and a truck. Details are limited at this time. However, initial information suggests that the male motorcyclist involved may have sustained serious injuries. The injured rider was transported to King Edward Memorial Hospital by ambulance for treatment, but currently the extent of his injuries is unknown. An update on his condition will be provided in due course. Traffic diversions were in effect while the relevant police personnel processed the scene. Inquiries continue, and any witnesses should contact the main police telephone number at 295-0011. The majority of airport staff who work for the Department of Airport Operations have been employed at the new company that will manage the new terminal building, and it's called Skyport. The company, formerly called Project Co. and majority owned by Canadian construction firm Aecon, will consist of mostly Bermudians. Aaron Adderley, the president of Skyport and formerly the airport's general manager, told Tarai Trott the completion date for the new terminal is expected to be the year 2020.
Skyport is the new company, Bermuda-based company that has been set up to deliver the new airport redevelopment project and to manage and operate the airport for a 30-year concession term. So those 30 years commenced last week, Thursday.
Now, you're keen to point out that most of your staff will be Bermudian.
That's right. So the majority of our staff, approximately 28 out of the 32 positions that are currently filled, are being occupied by the folks formerly with the Department of Airport Operations, or DAO. So I'm quite happy that the vast majority of them have joined me and become a part of the Skyport team. We had a few others who were redeployed elsewhere in government, and I believe we had 2 other employees who joined the newly formed Bermuda Aviation Authority, Bermuda Airport Authority, rather. So the vast majority of the team are with me here at Skyport, so it's a good beginning for us.
Steve Nakin, the CEO of Aecon, believes strongly that the new airport will have a significant impact on Bermuda's community.
Aecon is Canada's largest publicly traded infrastructure and construction company. We have extensive operations across Canada and have worked on select basis internationally in developing infrastructure, including airports. And so we bring to the table a good amount of expertise in terms of how you put together a public-private partnership, which is the model that has been used for this project, how to finance infrastructure, and how to put together high-performing teams to deliver first-class services to our clients.
Okay, so if you plan to head to town this Saturday night, you might want to bring a flashlight. It's lights out for Green Rock's annual Earth Hour event and 5K Glow Fun Run. The whole city of Hamilton will be in darkness in an effort to raise awareness on sustainability and the impact of climate change.
Environmental group Green Rock is celebrating its 10th year of Earth Hour, a collaborative event with Corporation of Hamilton, Belco, the Chamber of Commerce, WEDCO, and the ACBDA, to name a few. Chair of the Earth Hour Council, Eugene Dean, says each year the fundraising event is meant to encourage residents to be mindful of our delicate ecosystem and the harmful behaviors contributing to climate change.
Revolutions come from people, not from governments. So that's where an event like Earth Hour becomes important, because if we show that the issue is important to us, then that gives the government the impetus to have action around it. Now, I know that years ago we were discussing around our table at Green Rock a white paper that the government had to develop with, projections and things of that nature. I know we were all around the table at Green Rock very impressed with the contents. To date, we're not sure how much action there is being around that plan. So these are some of the things that we can encourage by our participation in events like this, because this event is an opportunity for us to have a voice and to make a statement.
Executive Director of Green Rock, Jonathan Starling, says green policies adopted by government are smarter financially in the long run.
Even if you look at climate change, we are beginning to see the realities of the impact of climate change throughout the world already in the last few years, and we would have liked to see more mention of that in the budget and in the policy aspects. So that is certainly something that Green Rock is focused on, and we will continue to advocate for sustainability in general. I mean, our kind of motto is to change the mindset, and that is change the mindset of, yes, each one of us individually, we all have a part to play, but also larger actors like the state have crucial parts to play in making Bermuda as a whole more sustainable.
Meanwhile, Mike Winfield of the ACBDA describes how the America's Cup is committed to sustainability.
The ACA and all of the teams have now agreed sustainability platforms for the America's Cup, and they are very concerned that those protocols be lived to, and so it may be difficult to find plastic of the AC Village. We're going to be looking for people to be using recyclable water, for instance. We'll provide the water, but we're not going to be allowing plastic bottles wherever we possibly can. It is hopefully a beginning for Bermuda, or at least a building on Bermuda's efforts to be not simply tenants of this island, but to be progressive partners in improving the environment.
For the first time, Earth Hour has also extended to Dockyard this year. However, in Hamilton, you will find live entertainment, face painting, electric cars on showcase, aerial performances, and much more for the family, starting from 7 p.m. Saturday at City Hall. Register online for the 5K Glow Run or Walk at racedayworld.com. All proceeds go towards Green Rock's community programs. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Turning to weather news, a mix of sun and cloud for our Wednesday, but rain and strong winds late Wednesday evening. Here's the latest from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
Tonight's forecast is brought to you by the BF&M Insurance Group. I'm AccuWeather's Shanae Shocker. Cold front well off towards our east here, and we've seen a little bit of clouds throughout today, and we'll continue to see that throughout tonight. Maybe an isolated shower, but outside of that, not too much going on, at least over the next 24 hours. Then things are going to begin to change. So we take a look at our current condition right now. Humidity right around 59%. Temps are a little bit cooler, 64 degrees across the island here from Somerset and Dockyard all the way out to St. George's. Waves not too bad, 4 to 9 feet, but we do expect to see those begin to increase as we head towards tomorrow afternoon. Now for tonight, we'll stay partly cloudy, a little bit breezy out there as well. 61 degrees for our low. Now into tomorrow, things should be a little bit clearer towards the morning. Then as we head into the afternoon, we're going to have the approach of another frontal system, and that's going to be increasing our winds as well as our cloudiness. Good news, our high for tomorrow, 69 degrees. So before those winds make their way towards us, we should be sitting pretty comfortable as far as our temperatures are concerned. Now, as far as our tidal conditions go, we do have a gale warning going into effect tomorrow afternoon through our Thursday. So we do expect tomorrow's high tides, especially the one towards the evening right around 5:01 p.m. to be a little bit higher than average. Definitely something to watch out for there. A look at your gateway forecast. Well, we are looking out towards Toronto, mostly clear skies, definitely chilly here. 28 degrees for your high, 17 for your low. Into New York City, 37. So we are going to cool off once again, and a low of 21. Boston at 33. We have some wet weather down south into Atlanta. Miami will be staying dry. Now out towards the Caribbean here, we're looking at some showers across the board. Those trade winds pulling through. We also have a frontal system that's going to be pushing into the region, just bringing an uptick in moisture there. Now we move into our extended outlook, and check this out. After this front moves through Wednesday night, we're going to get some rain, possibility of a thunderstorm as well, and that's going to drop our temperatures as we head into Thursday. 61 degrees for our high, 53 for our low, and then by Friday, well, we're going to have a hard time even getting out of those 50s. 59 degrees, and with the breeze that's going to be in place, it's going to feel quite chilly, especially after today, where we saw temperatures in the 70s for our highs. Into the weekend, looks like partly cloudy skies should be a little bit better. We may see a little bit tougher boating conditions, but not too bad out there. So do make sure you stay up to date with all of your weather news and updates by tuning into your local radio stations, Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Introducing Create, your style, your way. We at Big Savings Zone understand that you are unique and your style is personal. We know that your home is a reflection of who you are, and that's why you should create it your way. First, choose your style. Second, choose your color. Third, choose your accent pillows. With these 3 simple steps, you can now design your perfect living room. You are one of a kind, and so is your home. So create your style, your way. Exclusively available at Big Savings Zone, Southside, St. David's.
Every day, a tsunami hits Bermuda. A tidal wave of information and images floods our phones, laptops, and tablets. We're awash in emails, posts, tweets, blogs, texts. As an advertiser, your message can easily get drowned out. Time to reach for the life raft. Technology changed the game, but television and radio still lead the way. Who doesn't have an all-time favorite TV ad?
Aflac, where's the beef? You can count on us.
The man your man could smell it.
TV remains the most powerful advertising tool in the world. For immediacy and engagement, you can't beat radio. Here at Bermuda Broadcasting, we can help you reach thousands of people at the same time. You might have a new small business or run a corporation. We can customize ads to help you build awareness and attract new customers. TV and radio advertising gets results. Call me, Diane Brewer, and I'll show you how. Turning to sports, a record was broken at the Sports Center. A young swimmer lays out her Carifta plan and the First Division League standings updated. Earl Baisden has all the details in tonight's Sports Report.
Well, there was plenty of excitement at the National Sports Center earlier today as the Middle School Track and Field Championships took place. Manny Ferrara, the administrator of the Bermuda School Sports Federation, gave us the overall results.
In the individual overall winners at the under-12 girls division, the winner was Shayla Can from Warwick Academy, who won the 100, 400, and 1500 meters. In the under-12 boys, it was Stephen Jones from Sands Secondary Middle School, and he won the 400, 800, and 1500 meters. In the under-13 girls division, it was a tie again for first. Jay Johnson from Salters Grammar School, and she won the 800, 15, and was second in the 400. And Malay Aswood from Delwood Middle School, she won the 200, 400, and was second in the 800. In the under-13 boys, we had a tie again. Two boys from T and Tatum Middle School. Chase Tanner, who won the 1, the 2, and the 4. And Sancho Smith, who won the 8, the 15, and the high jump. Going into the over-13 division, girls from T and Tatum was Acacia Parsons, and she won the 100, 200, and long jump. And finally, in the over-13 boys division, from Salters Grammar School, Nairobi Smith Mills. He won the 400, the 800, and the 1500 meters, and he also broke the 800-meter record, the only record to fall this week in the middle schools, and he with a time of 2 minutes, 11 seconds, .97. As to for the team awards, after many years of T and Tatum and Whitney dominating the sports, this year's winner was Delwood Middle School, and they actually were the overall boys winner and overall girls winner. Delwood won pretty convincingly in the end by 97 points, and they amassed 563 points. T and Tatum, the defending champs, was second with 466, and third was Sands Secondary Middle School with 361 points.
St. Augustine University Shaquille Deal eased into the outdoor season, competing in the 49er Classic track and field meet at the Irwin Belk Track and Field Center on the campus of UNC Charlotte. Deal ran the third leg for the St. Augustine men's 4x400 meter relay team that finished third in a time of 3:12:20. Meanwhile, Tahira Butterfield and her University of Albany track and field teammates competed in their first outdoor meet during the team's annual visit to Puerto Rico's Spring Break Classic. The University of Albany's women's 4x100 meter relay team, including Butterfield, ran a new school record time of 45:34, surpassing the previous mark of 45:80 set a year ago. Competing in the women's 100 meter dash, Butterfield won Heat 2 and finished 9th overall in a time of 12:10. One-time record holder of every stroke in the girls 9 to 10 age group, swimmer Elan Daly gives up her secret as to how and why she's becoming faster in the swimming pool and her plans for the upcoming Carifta Swimming Championships.
Oh, I've been working on my technique a lot and my intensity and my speed.
What are you hoping to achieve at Carifta? Because you're doing a lot of events.
I'm going to try and break all the records at Carifta, and if not all, then most of them.
Time is the enemy for Team New Zealand as much as the prying eyes of the 5 America's Cup rivals as they count down to what is expected to be a brutal race in Bermuda. The Kiwi Syndicate are adamant they have learned from the painful lessons of 2013's regatta in San Francisco, where they pioneered foiling but ran out of development and were slowly but surely overhauled by Oracle Team USA in the most dramatic final in the long history of the Cup. A month after launching their radical paddle power 50-foot catamaran, Ideas and systems are constantly being tweaked by Team New Zealand in testing and training in Auckland. That will continue until the end of the month when the boat will be dismantled and packed into an Emirates 747 and flown to Bermuda. Tyler Smith and her Jackson State women's tennis teammates continue competing in the SWAC tennis second round event of 2017, and they remain undefeated. However, Smith herself has gone down for the first time in the tournament. In their opening match of the day, Jackson State defeated Arkansas's Pine Bluff 6-0. Smith, playing in the number 1 spot, defeated Taylor Shaw in straight sets 6-1, 6-2. Smith then teamed up with Lucia Solio, and they defeated Tia Thomas and Taylor Shaw 6-love. In game 2 of the day, Smith and Jackson State defeated Prairie View A&M 4-2. Smith defeated her opponent in straight sets 6-love, 6-2 in the number 1 single spot. However, Smith and Solio went down 6-2 in the number 2 double spot. Nathan Trott and his West Ham United under-23 teammates came so close to reaching the last 8 of the Premier League Cup at St James Park. The Premier League 2 squad twice went in front against Newcastle United in the second match against Newcastle in the space of 6 days, but the hosts eventually took a 3-2 lead in extra time and held on to go through to the next round. Following just First Division matches played over the weekend, Crossroads now lead the league with 41 points. Young Men's Social Club are in second with 39 points, and St. David's are in third with 31 points following 2 wins over the last week. Donovan Thompson from the St. George's Colts is the league-leading goal scorer with 19. Tyrell Burgess from BAA is in second with 13. Clay Darrell from the Young Men's Social Club has 11 goals. The Bermuda Bicycle Association's road race season kicked off with a team time trial. The team of Dominic Mayo, Jamie Cousins, Kwame Curlin, and Adam Hobart won the open division, clocking a time of 25:35. With a time of 29:55, it saw the team of Caleb Ingham, Zene Burgesson, Nicholas Pilgrim, and Xander Miller win the junior division. The women's division was won by the team of Sarah Burnett, April Joyce, Claire McDivick, and Ashley Estwanick, who stopped the clock in a time of 30:10. Bermuda Netball Association's Winter League season for 2016-17 is very close to coming to an end. The Storm Lightning and North Village Lady Rams are the joint leaders in the under-16 division with 21 points. The North Village Lady Rams 2 team have 10, Storm Thunder have 4, and the Phoenix Juniors have 3. Kamala Nazir from the Storm Lightning is the league-leading goal scorer with 99 goals. Samaya Ming from the North Village Lady Rams has 93. Gabrielle Romain from the North Village Lady Rams has 50. The Senior League sees the Phoenix Heat as the league leaders with 27 points. Robin Hood are in second with 24. Storm are in third with 18. The North Village Lady Rams have 12. Phoenix Flames have 3, and the Phoenix Blazing are yet to get off the mark. Danielle Rayner from the Phoenix Heat has 324 goals. Jatora Trott from the North Village Lady Rams has scored 189 goals, and Talia Lucas from Robin Hood has 162 goals on the season. In women's field hockey action at the National Sports Center, the Swallows picked up an important win as they defeated the Bluebirds 2-0. Ciara Brady scored a field goal for the Swallows in the 11th minute to make it 1-0, and in the 60th minute, Nicola Studart scored a field goal to double the Swallows' lead and record the win. In the other match, the Longtails defeated the Sandpipers 4-0. I'm Earl Basin with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Hey Smokey, let's get lunch from the Marketplace Food Court.
You know what? That sounds good.
They have oxtails, pumpkin, curried lamb, lemon chicken, sweet and sour ribs, vegetable stir fry, and the variety goes on.
Their chefs are good. They'll set you right up. Avoid the good carbons.
And don't forget the special dishes from the islands.
It don't matter. Well, no matter what you feel like eating, Marketplace will have it.
You know, it's quick, it's quality, and at prices you can count on.
Visit us 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Made for you daily at the Hamilton Marketplace Food Court.
In health news, how stopping for a cup of joe could save your life, and a good reason for men to watch their waistlines while they're young. Tarai Trott looks at some of today's top medical stories from CBS News.
A new study suggests the risk for liver disease and cancer starts in adolescence. Researchers in Sweden studied how body mass index in young teens impacted liver problems as adults. They found obese teens and overweight young men were more likely to develop liver disease than normal weight males. Mixing energy drinks with alcohol could put users at a higher risk for injury. According to researchers in Canada, the stimulants in energy drinks can mask the effects of booze. People may underestimate how intoxicated they are and possibly drink more or engage in risky behavior. A study in the American Heart Association journal Circulation looked at where cardiac arrest occur in order to determine the best places to put automated external defibrillators. Coffee shops and 24-hour ATMs ranked high on the list since they attract large volumes of people and in some cases are open around the clock. I'm Terai Trott with a look at some of today's top health stories from CBS News.
And that's our newscast for tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Thanks for sharing your Tuesday evening with us, everyone. Good night.